Y'all need to go back home where you guys come from. You've been doing this for hundreds of years. You know, Martin Luther King marched, and you guys
stop
took
right now,
dogs
stop
out.
right now. You keep accusing this court that I'm 100 years old and I've been oppressing things for 100 years.
And I'm Native Indian African. I'm not even a citizen.
No?
No, I'm a prisoner in my own country because of you white people. Here, you raped us, you robbed us, and you murdered us legally.
Stop right there.
Everything that you people have done has been legal.
There. It's not you. I did not do that.
You're the system.
Do not put that on me.
All right, folks. Today's courtroom drama is nothing short of unbelievable. We're dealing with a sovereign citizen who doesn't just challenge the law, he crosses the line in a major way. Right in the middle of the hearing, he accuses the judge of being racist, right to her face. And if you think that's shocking, wait until you hear him tell the judge to go back where she came from. Honestly, I'm amazed security didn't step in immediately after that outburst. Now, this guy isn't just any protester. He's been charged with resisting arrest and assaulting an officer during a demonstration. Yet somehow, he's in court acting like he's the victim of the century, pointing fingers at everyone but himself. It's like he believes the law doesn't apply to him at all. But it really raises the question, should judges even entertain these kinds of outbursts? Or should they just shut them down with a contempt charge the moment it starts? Let's not waste any more time. This hearing gets heated fast, so buckle up as we break down one of the most chaotic sovereign citizen court appearances you'll ever witness.
It's not intended to violate any rights under the U.S. Constitution. The purpose is for protection of the complaining witnesses and protection of society if this court deems necessary.
This is somebody violated a law. I haven't violated nothing.
Sir,
I'm with
the allegation is that you assault or resist an obstructed police officer causing injury and trespassed.
That's just an allegation.
You're correct. You're correct. But as a condition of bond, there are certain factors the court has to take into consideration when assessing bond, and the court has judicial discretion to assess bond conditions. That is what this court did. I didn't place you on house arrest, told you couldn't move anywhere. I didn't do any of that, sir. I simply put forth conditions relevant to the allegations therein. And sir, I'm very much aware that they're allegations only.
No, you need to read the whole thing, other than just one. I got like 15 issues in there.
15 issues.
Yeah,
okay,
you need to read the whole thing. Also, Your Honor, I publicly protested today in front of your court.
Okay.
But none of your police came out to arrest me because that's my constitutional right to do. I'm not ignorant of my constitutional rights. I'm not ignorant. A judge told me a long time ago, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right.
And so I studied a little bit. I don't know a lot, but I know my constitutional rights. I've done read your European Constitution over and over again. Actually, I wrote one of my own. If I followed your white laws, I follow them, and then you stomp on me when I follow your laws. You've been doing this for hundreds of years. You know, Martin Luther King marched, and you guys took dogs out.
Stop right now.
I can't believe what we just saw. Guys, this man actually stood there and called the judge a racist right to her face. Like, seriously, how clueless can you be? He's sitting in court after resisting arrest and physically fighting police officers, yet he's somehow playing the victim. That's not just ironic. It's absolutely wild. The level of entitlement these sovereign citizens show is honestly mind-blowing. They break laws like anyone else, get arrested like anyone else, and then suddenly claim it's all some grand conspiracy targeting them personally. Honestly, you've got to wonder if they even believe the stuff they're saying. I mean, here's a thought. If he didn't want to land in court, maybe, just maybe, he should have tried following the basic laws the rest of us respect every single day. You know, those rules that keep society from falling apart? Instead, he chose to throw fists at the cops, and now he thinks he's the victim. Really? And let's be real, calling the judge a racist while she's literally about to decide your punishment? That's like setting fire to your own lifeboat. Not exactly a genius move. If I were the judge, honestly, I'd have hit him with a contempt charge right then and there without even blinking. But knowing this guy, he probably would have doubled down and cried racism even harder after that. Anyway, Let's jump back into the chaos and see how much worse this train wreck can get.
I'm not 100 years old, so do not accuse me of stomping on anything.
Well,
Let's be very clear on that.
yeah, well, okay. Yeah, don't seem like it.
I'm not 100 years old, sir. Were you interfered with at all while you were engaging in your protest?
My constitutional right? No.
No, you
I did at the city of Woodhaven, though, and now you condemning me for it.
No,
because
sir.
you restricted me.
Sir, let me be very clear.
I've committed no crime.
I am restricting, I put conditions on for the protection of the complaining witnesses, which is the authority that I've been given with my judicial discretion.
You also
No.
took an oath to uphold every citizen's constitutional right to public protest. But
Okay.
you're not doing that.
Sir, let me clarify. Let me clarify something. There is a balancing act that as judges we have to do. So we have you're charged with a crime, right? It's an allegation. We have the protection of the victim and the community. All right? So there's a balancing act that this court has to do. And that is what this court is doing. I have not restricted all of your movement. I have not said you can't put signs up anywhere. You can't go on any public property. I have not done that, sir.
You did?
No. What I did was I addressed specifically the complaining witness and the victims in this manner. That is what I did, and that is what I have the authority to do that's been given to me by the U.S. Constitution as well. That's statutory authority. Whether you agree with that or not, sir. I understand you don't agree, but that's not a basis for this court to disqualify itself. Let's see what the next one is here.
When I go to schools and you're wind out, you should arrest me, but you're not going to. It's
I
my
do
right.
not, let me just clarify. I, as a judge, do not have the authority to arrest you myself.
Well, they don't either. They took an oath to uphold my civil rights, whether they like it or not.
Sir, did anybody arrest you here?
You weren't supposed to. It's my constitutional right to do. Just like in the city of Woodhaven. This is what I'm trying to get through to you. You're trying to say, no. There's allegations against you that you did this, and this. I'm trying to tell you I exercised my constitutional rights, and they violated me. I'm the victim.
And sir, that is everything that will come through discovery and whatnot. At this stage, this is considered pre-trial.
Honestly, I can't deal with these sovereign citizens who suddenly think going pro-SE turns them into legal masterminds. Like, buddy, representing yourself doesn't magically unlock secret courtroom skills. Yet here they are, storming into pre-trial hearings, shouting about how innocent they are, as if yelling loud enough is going to erase the evidence against them. Newsflash, this isn't a TikTok debate, you're in a real courtroom now, and facts actually matter. What really gets me is how they act like the entire courtroom staff, the judge, the clerks, everyone are personally out to get them. Like, no sir, none of these people arrested you. They're just here doing their jobs, while you're the one facing charges for your own choices. But this guy? He's standing there arguing with the law itself like he thinks following rules is some optional hobby. It's exhausting just watching him. At this point, I'm honestly just waiting for the judge to finally snap and hand him a contempt charge. If I were sitting on that bench, trust me, I'd be tossing those out like they were free samples at Costco every time someone pulled a stunt like this. But what do you guys think? Is this guy genuinely convinced he's making solid arguments? Or is he just dragging things out to waste the court's time? Let's dive back in and see where this circus heads next.
I know what this is.
So
I've been through your system before.
So
Also, Your Honor, I've asked if you don't dismiss yourself, I'm asking for another judge to hold.
Just one moment, please. This court, sir, has to take the allegations and there's a process.
Like, I don't know it. I know your process. I've been down your roads before. But
I don't know
I'm
what
15.
roads of mine you've been down, sir.
I'm 15
But you've
to
been here,
defend-
excuse me, you've been here in this court a number of times
Yes,
as
I have.
other matters have been disqualified.
Yes, I
And you
have.
have been treated with respect and fairness. And I believe you've even stated that
That's
yourself.
not all entirely true.
Hold on, sir. I believe you've even stated that yourself.
Yeah, but that's not all entirely true. You wasn't here to dismiss the posted signs, was you? You should have been here when the prosecutor dismissed City of Woodhaven posted signs.
What?
You didn't show up then.
Hold on, sir. I don't even know what one that is you're talking about.
Well, there was the one that we was going through and postpone. The City of Woodhaven
the
wrote
federal one?
violation. No, they wrote violations on me for posted signs in this case. In other cases. because I was protesting in the city of Woodhaven.
Okay.
But on that, the day that you were supposed to be here to have that case dismissed, another judge took your place. You think I'm sleepy or stupid? I'm not. But I'm 15.
Stop there right now, sir. Stop there right now. I don't think you're sleepy and I don't think you're stupid. When was that case? The one that you're talking about that I had another judge sitting for me, when was that case?
That was, I don't know the exact date of it, but I know the case was dismissed by a prosecutor.
Was that about a year ago, sir?
It was last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the time that I had somebody sitting here in my place was because I had to go to Illinois on an emergency basis because my father had a stroke.
Oh, my fault.
So instead of having everything dismissed, I made sure I had another judge here to cover. So do not accuse me of thinking that you're sleepy or stupid. I made sure that there was a judge here to cover it anyway. So whether I was here or not is irrelevant.
The case got dismissed from the city of Woodhaven. But anyway, I'm 15. The defendant under Michigan Court Rule 2.003 requests a hearing by a district court chief judge in case if judge refuses to dismiss herself from this case. I know I have a constitutional right. If you don't dismiss yourself, I have the right for another judge to look at it. This way, it's impartial. It's where another judge can look at it and not just yourself. And apparently, you want to hold this case for a reason. And I believe that you in the city of Woodhaven, the state of Michigan, is in conspiracy.
Yes. Here we go again. Apparently, the entire state of Michigan woke up one morning and decided their new mission was to ruin this one random guy's life. Because clearly, that makes total sense, right? According to this guy, Michigan's legal system, the police, and probably half the state population are all conspiring to steal his rights. Honestly, with detective skills like that, maybe the FBI should recruit him. He's obviously cracked some top-secret code none of us knew existed. But seriously, let's talk about it for a second. What's going on with Michigan? Is there something in the water over there that's turning people into sovereign citizens? I'm starting to think there's a secret club where they gather every week to trade nonsense legal arguments and share terrible court strategies. Picture them in someone's mom's basement, rehearsing courtroom rants and prepping for their next viral meltdown like it's some kind of hobby. At this point, it honestly feels like Michigan has become the unofficial headquarters for sovereign citizens. Every wild sovereign citizen video I've seen lately, you guessed it, straight out of Michigan. I can't be the only one who's noticed this pattern. So, if any of you have theories about why this keeps happening there, drop them in the comments. I'm seriously curious and looking for some answers myself.
You know what I mean? You guys can say I'm crazy or not, but that's what I'm seeing. Because if you're fighting so hard to keep this case in your court, there's something wrong. Something got to be wrong. You already violated my constitutional right to public protest at the city of Woodhaven because of allegations that I committed assault against the police officer. You guys don't even know me.
Sir, okay, stop right there, please. Just one moment. So, I'm not fighting to hold on to this case. I was assigned this case by the State Court Administrative Office. Now, I'm also elected to preside over cases. So, unless there's a valid reason for this court to disqualify itself, I'm obligated, whether I want to or not, to sit and preside over the matter. I am the chief judge of this court, and so I don't find that there's a basis at this point for me to disqualify myself. However, you certainly have the right to request the State Court Administrative Office can review that. That's absolutely your right. That's how that gets reviewed.
Well, yeah, I want another judge to look at this, because if you don't want to dismiss yourself from this case, we got a problem right there. Because
There's no problem, sir. I have a responsibility.
The city would have.
Sir, I have a responsibility. The matter is transferred over to the 27th District Court because the 33rd District Court disqualified itself. Perhaps they sent it here because the other matters that you've had here, I don't know. I didn't ask for the case to be sent here.
Woodhaven, I think the judge Ken Bash or something like that, he might be up there somewhere. He's retired now. You guys did me the same thing, same way you did.
You guys, I wasn't here.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Your system, you wasn't here, you're not 100 years old.
It's not my system. It's the system of the country. It's the entire system. You keep accusing accusing this court that I'm 100 years old and I've been oppressing things for 100 years, that it's my system.
Well, I'm saying
I
your
didn't
system.
arrest you. That is not
It's your
my
system,
system.
and regardless, this is your system. It's not mine.
It is yours. It's
No,
not.
it's not. I'm Native Indian African. I'm not even a citizen.
No.
No, I'm a prisoner in my own country because of you white people. Y'all need to go back home where you guys come from.
Okay, sir. Well, let me just say this. All right. You are accusing this court of being biased and prejudiced.
And racist.
And
Yep.
racist. However, your comments, sir, would seem to suggest otherwise.
Look, why do you raped us, you robbed us, and you murdered us legally?
Stop right
Everything
there.
that you people
Stop
done has
right
been legal.
there. It's not you. I did not do that.
You're the system.
Do not put that on me. But here's what I'm going to do, sir. I'm going to grant your request. And this court's going to disqualify itself, and you can figure out which other court's going to handle this matter after the state court administrative sends wherever it's got to send, whatever it has to send.
Thank
So, because at this point, I am not going to stay here, take the abuse from you and your allegations, which are completely false and unbased. This court, myself, did not do anything that you're accusing me of doing, at all. I wasn't even around at that point. So we're going off the record. You can step outside in the lobby. Somebody will give you the next stuff you have to do.
And I'll give you a call, Mr. Keller. Thank you very much for helping me.
Why on earth did the judge react like that? Honestly, I think this sovereign citizen actually scored a win here, at least in my opinion. And I'm curious to hear what you guys think, too. Because if you ask me, this is exactly what the guy was hoping for, and the judge walked right into it. See, these sovereign citizens thrive on creating chaos and making the courtroom look like it's falling apart. The moment a judge loses their patience, it fuels the narrative they've been spinning all along, that the system's out to get them and can't handle their so-called truth. Now, don't get me wrong, I totally get how exhausting it must be for judges to deal with this nonsense day after day. I can't imagine trying to reason with someone who's convinced the law doesn't apply to them. But here's the thing, the judge is supposed to set the tone in that courtroom. And when they lose control, even for a second, it shifts the power dynamic in a way that actually benefits the sovereign citizen. I mean, yelling at someone who's spewing nonsense is like arguing with a brick wall. You're not getting through, and in the end, it just makes you look frustrated while they play the victim. I'm not saying the judge isn't good at her job. I think she's probably great and overall fair. But in this case, I feel like she let her emotions get the better of her. Keeping cool is key, especially with people like this. Because when the judge lashes out, it almost validates the sovereign citizen's delusion, like, see, even the court can't handle me. But hey, maybe I'm being too harsh. What do you guys think? Did the judge slip up here, or was she totally right to snap after everything this guy pulled? Personally, I feel like he deserved a contempt charge, but maybe the outburst gave him more attention than he deserved. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Alright guys, I'm wrapping it up here. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more daily court case commentary just like this. Drop your opinions on this hearing below. Did the sovereign citizen actually win this round? I'm curious to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.